Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Fortitude. Today I'm going to be reviewing a game of Castles of Burgundy. So just to give you all an overview, so this is the arena screen. There's like 2 days left in arena season 24 and I managed to make it to the top 10 of the arena. So most of this is based on the turn-based games that I completed. And I think this is where I'm going to stop. Like, I don't think I'm interested in trying to climb any higher. Definitely, there's no way to cross 2000. That just seems impossible. A lot of games. But yeah, it was a fun arena season. I think I got to play lots of exciting games in the turn-based format. So hopefully, looking forward to covering a few of those games in this replay format. All right, so let's get started. I guess also to check my overall elo, so I think I made progress on that as well. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so I'm currently ranked 45th. I reached 636 elo. So when the new arena season begins, I think my goal is to reach the 700 elo mark. That should put me in the top 20, but that is going to take time. All right, so let's look at the first game that I wanted to review today. So this is a game between me and NDK1. So this is a game on board number 10. And so yeah, this is the first edition of the game. Identical board for all players. Let's get started. Alright, so I am player 1. I roll a 4 and a 5 and my opponent rolls a 2 and a 6. And this is an interesting board. I mean, an interesting display of tiles. So tile number 1, yellow tile number 1 is one of the strongest tiles on board 10 because it allows you to complete this big region of buildings. And there's been like very few games where I've completed it without yellow tile number 1. And getting yellow tile number 1 in the first phase of the game is ideal. So I think I'm definitely leaning towards just picking that up. So I'm debating the other options that I could do is I could use my 5 to probably pick up a mine. I could use my 4 to pick up a water. Ideally, you want like 2 water, or you want like a mine and a nice yellow tile. In this case, it would have been really nice if I could have got both the mine and yellow tile number 1, but that was not happening. So yep, I decided to just go with yellow tile number 1. And my opponent will probably they could just pick up a water and play a water, honestly. Okay, they sell goods, they take a water, and then they take a water with the 6. So that still allows me to take the mine if I wanted. But I decide to take the water here and the castle, okay? Not sure if that's the best move. I am making up my mind. Okay, that's what I decide to do. So let's see what our opponent does with the 2 and a 2. I think definitely play one of the waters now. And then they roll a 1 and a 2, which is kind of unfortunate because they want the mine, but they can still use the 1 to take the mine. Oh, so they actually decide to go for a bank over here. That is interesting. That is interesting. So we roll a 1 and a 6. So I'm making up my mind. I want to sell goods, take some workers. Ideally, you want to go into every new phase with 2 workers and 2 silver. So I'm just trying to get to that state. Okay, I forgot I did that move. This is a very wonky move. And the reason I did it is because I saw that my opponent took 2 water, so they would have a connection to this castle over here. So I just wanted to block the castle. Not really, I did not see a way to play the castle easily, so I just discarded the castle and took the mine. So usually I don't play in this way, like I don't block people like this, but in this case I have yellow tile number 1, so I think I just thought that I could get away with some funny moves. Alright, so my opponent with a 5 and a 3. Okay, place the bank, take workers. So I finally use my 5 to place yellow tile number 1. And with the 3, I take workers. I think that is the best move in this case. Alright, a 3 and a 3 for me. A 5 and a 6 for our opponent. So let's see what they do. Okay, so they take a market and then they immediately place the market and take the pigs. So just looking at that, my opponent has had like an amazing turn 1. Like they have completed this region of 2. They have completed this region of 2. They have access to this castle, this castle. They have access to animals, which can allow them to go to this side of the board. So yeah, just really well played by my opponent. 3 and a 3 for us. So I think I just want to complete some regions, get on the scoreboard. So I place the mine, and with the other 3, I take workers. Alright, so I like this board because you can see there's a lot of buildings everywhere. And having yellow tile number 1 means that I don't need to worry about trying to have a unique building. I can pick up anything and everything I want. Okay, so 1 and a 2 for our opponent, 2 and a 6 for us. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. Okay, so they take a castle and then they take a water. That's nice, which allows me to take a mine if I want it. Yep, that's what we do. No, actually, no, we take yellow tile number 23. So let's see what we do over here. I do a lot of undos. It's just the way I play. It helps me find missing moves, just kind of reinforce my thinking. Alright, so we played an interesting turn. So here's a little tip for you guys. So whenever you have yellow tile number 1, like that alone is not enough to win. If you are going for a building strategy, which in this case I am, you cannot just win the game by completing this region. You have to kind of still try to optimize the buildings that you place. And the best way to do that is pick up like any of the scoring building tiles, because that kind of gives you a strategy, gives you direction on what buildings to prioritize. Plus you're like taking away those points from your opponent. But in this case, I saw an opportunity to pick up a town hall and also pick up the scoring tile for the town hall. So that I think this is a good move. Right, 4 and a 6 for our opponent. Let's see what they do. Right, so they place the castle. They immediately pick up the pigs. So now they have 2 pigs to complete this region. If you look at the score, they are sitting at 45 and I'm at 11. All right, let's see. 6 and a 1 for us. Okay, so I just decided to complete this region of yellows. So that gives me a decent chunk of points. So I'm at 22. My opponent is at 45. So they roll a 4 and a 4. We roll a 3 and a 4. Right, so they just straight up go and complete the region of animals. So that's a great scoring opportunity for them. We pick up the carpenter's workshop because, again, like I said, more buildings are good for us. So I'm just starting to kind of finish that region in the middle. Right, 1 and a 2 for our opponent, 2 and a 5 for us. They have options over here. They could just go ahead and place their water, or they could, take the boarding house. That's also fine. For us, we have a 2 and a 5. So we place the boarding house, and then what are we going to do with the 2? We could actually pick up yellow tile number 22 as well. Yep, that's what we do. I think that's a good move. Like, there's no reason for me to place any water right now because I still won't catch up to my opponent. Plus, the only thing I can pick up is either a 3 or a 2. So it doesn't seem that efficient to me. I would rather start building up like a good portfolio of yellow tiles that will help me with endgame scoring. Okay, 3 and a 5 for our opponent, 1 and a 3 for us. So what are they going to do? All right, so that's a pretty good move for them. They get connection to this region of water right here with the boarding house, and then they place a water down here so that they can also reach the last castle on the map. So nicely played by my opponent. I place yellow tile number 22, and then I decide to sell a good. Actually I decide to go and pick up a mine. That is interesting. I think that's a good move. Yeah, I think that's a good move because what I'm trying to do is, like, my opponent hasn't placed a single mine. So my thinking is that I can at least try to finish the mines before my opponent and let them complete like the water and castle before me. All right, so 4 and a 6 for our opponent, 2 and a 3 for us. Of course, so they take the strongest tile in the game, which is yellow tile number 15. They also take a mine. And then for us, we take... trying to think... now that I'm thinking... you know what else I could have done is I could have taken both the water here and just tried to get the first player advantage over my opponent. Let me know in the comments what you all think of that move. I would have had to discard this mine, but I would have gained priority, but that's not what I do in this game. So I take the castle, I place the castle, sell goods, take the other mine. Okay. All right, so 2 and a 5 for our opponent, 5 and a 5 for us. So they are starting to place some of their yellow tiles. We decide to place our mine, and then we take a bank, which pairs nicely with yellow tile number 22. Okay. Oh, I remember this game now. Oh man, this is gonna get exciting. So 1 and a 3 for our opponent, 1 and a 2 for us. So they place a mine, and then they immediately place yellow tile number 13, which is incredibly strong. So 1 and a 2 for us. We place the bank. We take the church with the money that we got from the bank, and we immediately place the church, getting yellow tile number 17. And just to give you all a hint, this is the most valuable tile in the game for me. I just want you guys to see what happens in this game. It's really crazy. Like, I think I got super lucky, just this tile showing up and me picking up this tile, because it's gonna be an absolute bloodbath. Okay, my opponent rolls a 1 and a 6. We are at 6 and a 3. So they take a water, and then they take workers. All right. So we, what do we do with the 6? Okay, we add the water with the 6. Or maybe I'm debating if I want to do that. Okay, and with the 3, I go for the watchtower. Right, so Ideally, I wanted to take workers there, but again, like since yellow tile number 17 is there, it makes sense to take the watchtower. So now it's not a 4-point tile, it's a 8-point tile for me. Alright. So 1 and a 2 for our opponent, 2 and a 5 for us. So my opponent completes a big region of water. Get connection to that last castle, picks up a ton of goods. We complete a region of yellows, okay. And then with the 2, we also place our mines, so that works out beautifully for us. So it's still a 30-point game, but I'm kind of catching up to them. And I've also like completed my mines before our opponent, so that's nice. All right, and look at this. There's 1 watchtower, there's 2 watchtower, there's a 3rd watchtower. That is incredible. All right, so my opponent with a 1 and a 6. So they definitely want to complete the castles before me. They let me get away with the mines, so they don't want to make that same mistake with the castles. They should ideally also be aiming to complete their animals at this point. So here's a mistake that they made. I think this is just a mistake. So what they did is like, why are you taking the mine? Like, I'm not going to take the mine from you. I think that's just a straight up mistake. Like, heck, even the water. Like, I don't have the die roll to take 3 water from the board. Like, why are you taking water when you should be like kind of prioritizing 2 animals? What I would have done personally is, I guess they need 1 water, so maybe take a water from the middle, but take these chickens with the 6, because what I would do in their shoes is I kind of want to try to start filling up this region with animals, and you just need like 1 water here or 1 water here to make that connection. So I think prioritizing this mine is a mistake in my opinion. Plus, I'm not even interested in anything else. Like, I see the watchtowers, I'm going for the watchtower. So I'm sitting at 24 points in my storage right now, because each of these is 8 points. So I have 3 of those, which is crazy. All right, a 4 and a 6 for our opponent, a 3 and a 6 for us. I'm not a big fan of the way that my opponent is playing. Like, at this point, like, they are in phase D, they really should be picking up animals. I don't know why they are not picking up animals, but that should be a big priority for them. Okay, so we take the carpenter's workshop over here. 4 and a 4 for our opponent. Again, like, why are you taking the water? Like, I am not interested in the water. You can always complete this water in the last phase of the game. You should be taking away the scoring tiles from me. You should be trying to prioritize the animals so that you can make sure that you complete them. All right, so we place the carpenter's workshop. We pick up the town hall, which is great because again, it's a scoring tile for us. And then we can also place the town hall and then place a watchtower. I'm actually debating if I want to do it in that order. Okay. So a 2 and a 2 for our opponent. So if you look at the score right now, so it's 113 to 105. So I've crossed my opponent's score, whatever advantage that they gained by completing all the small regions. I've kind of caught up with them by completing my region of 8 buildings. So with the 2 and the 2, let's see what they do. Okay, so they are still prioritizing the water. They complete that. And then for us, we take one more watchtower because why not, right? Let's keep them coming. And then we finally take the chickens away from them. All right. Okay, 4 and a 4 for our opponent. I would honestly just pick up both the pigs here. But my opponent is really trying to streamline, like, they're probably trying to sell the goods that they need for yellow tile number 15. But I just think ignoring so many animals in phase D is a mistake because they're not going to complete their yellows. They need 4 yellows and 4 animals. So they're not making progress towards any of them. So I just think that's a mistake. I am definitely leaning towards completing my yellows, so that's what my strategy looks like right now. Right, so this is the final phase of the game, phase E. And if you look, like, only 2 animals showed up. Like, if my opponent had taken those pigs in the previous phase, they could have earned a lot and they could have completed this region of 4. There's also only 2 yellow tiles that showed up, which is not enough for them to complete like 4 region of yellows. So I think there's just a misplay on their part. I get it, like they were probably trying to sell goods and just try to max out yellow tile number 15, but you can still do that in the last phase. You don't need to try to optimize it in phase D. Right, so 2 and a 2 for my opponent, 5 and a 6 for us. Alright, so they complete their yellows, they complete their castle, they complete their mines. We start leaning towards our yellows. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get to complete my yellows, which I probably should have discarded a watchtower to do it. I thought about it, but I don't think I prioritized it enough. So now my opponent can just take both the yellow tiles from us, or one of them, whichever one they want. So this works out great for them. So we start completing our region of buildings. 3 and a 5 for our opponent and 4 and a 5 for us. So I place a castle, take a castle. One and a 5 for our opponent, 2 and a 5 for us. Okay, I complete the region of animals, take a water because I do want to complete this region of 2. Score is, it's a 5-point game right now. So I finally complete my water. Pick up even more goods. Right, I'm debating what should I do. Alright, the final turn of the game. So 1 and a 2 for our opponent and a 4 and a 6 for us. And the score is tied right now at 136 to 136. Who is going to take it away? Let's see. So our opponent does complete this region of yellows, which is pretty nice. And then they sell the 3 with the 1 because I guess they need it for yellow tile number 15. And we have a 4 and a 6. So that allows us to place the castle and sell the 3s because that'll probably be the most points. And that is game. So we won the game with 196 and our opponent got 186. And just look at those statistics, man. Just 6 workers and 12 silver coins at the end of the game. That is incredible. So that's giving them 15 points. because every 2 worker is equal to 1 point, so that's 3 points, and then 12 silver. If we look at the yellow tile, so actually we got more points from yellow tiles than our opponent. I will say that our opponent got a little unlucky that they did not get some of the other overpowered yellow tiles, like yellow tile number 4 or yellow tile number 25. These tiles didn't show up in the game. In terms of just picking up yellow tile number 17, let's calculate how many points we got just from this tile alone. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this alone was like a 16 point tile for us, which is almost equal to their yellow tile number 15, which is just crazy. But yeah, this was like a very wonky game. Yeah, just I don't know how else to describe it. It was just a very, very funny game. I think picking up the first tile, yellow tile number 1 was the smart move early on. I do think, looking at this replay now, that my opponent could have easily won this game. I think they were prioritizing like mines and water in phase D of the game, which was a mistake. They should have totally committed to completing this region of animals. I think that would have been a much stronger play on their part. Like, even if they picked up 2 animals, they could have picked up like this pig and the other animal in the last phase and just completed this region. And then, like, I'm not going to be picking up mines or castles as much. Like, they can, or like mines or water as much. They can still complete it in the last phase. So I think that was a bit of a blunder on their side, but overall it was a fun game. You don't get to see these type of games every day. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.